Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And do you remember that big Amazon Web Services outage from a month or two ago? Caused a lot of chaos on the internet. Yeah, it turns out that it was Amazon's internal AI coding assistant. Apparently, it decided that the human code wasn't up to snuff, so it took down the entire system to rewrite it.
Yeah, isn't that funny? They're all like pushing on AI, relying on AI, and it totally effed up everything.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, because this is what we've been talking about. Where, you know, we believe, or I believe, AI can be a very useful tool. That being said, there needs to be human oversight for it, 100%. Because it's going to continue to do things like that. If we turn everything over to the AI and it decides or hallucinates or whatever that it doesn't want to do this or that, or hey, you know what would be fun? Let's shoot some nuclear missiles off. Wouldn't that be a lot of fun? See what happens.
We can take down a whole bunch of websites and that took down a lot of like things. People couldn't get into different, things that they use that were on there. There was TV, or some of the streaming stuff you couldn't get into, and people couldn't get into a whole bunch of stuff that day.
Well, because Amazon Web Services is a backbone, a pillar of the internet, and this is a problem. It's a huge problem, not just Amazon, but Google, Microsoft, all these things that basically the internet is locked down between 4 and 5 companies, and it's
which is concerning there too.
Oh, absolutely.
Using AI and an AI assistant could just like you said, hallucinate, shit the bed, and then take down the entire thing.
Yes. So let's talk about AI shit in the bed. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So yeah, I saw this yesterday. It was trending, and I'm surprised it is trending on X, because Elon Musk is convinced that we're in the middle of this singularity right now, which is the AI is going to get so good it's going to keep improving itself, and life's going to be great, and we're all going to have free healthcare. We're all going to have free food. We're not going to have to work. It's going to be like Star Trek, right?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't think it's. I think the future is not going to be dystopian so much as it's going to be disappointing. I don't think we're going to have Terminator going on here with Skynet. But I sure as hell don't think we're getting Star Trek either. I think we're just going to have a bunch of companies fighting over AI and trying to push AI onto the public that doesn't want it. And then, fuck-ups like this don't help their case any. So this comes from Rat King on X. Amazon's cloud unit has suffered at least 2 outages due to errors involving its own AI tools, leading some employees to raise doubts about the U.S. tech giant's push to roll out these coding assistants. See also Windows 11. Apparently Windows 11, the reason the last couple of updates have been pure ass is because they were vibe coded with AI tools. Amazon Web Services experienced a 13-hour interruption to one system used by its customers in mid-December after engineers allowed its Kiro AI coding tool to make certain changes, according to 4 people familiar with the matter. The people said the agentic tool, which can take autonomous actions on behalf of users, determined that the best course of action was to delete and recreate the environment.
Oh, no. So they deleted a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, imagine if they do that to us. Imagine
yeah. I mean, yeah. But I'm just like, so these companies are getting rid of people and replacing them with AI assistants. And the AI assistant can just decide that your program isn't good enough. We're just going to delete everything and destroy the entire internet ecosystem. Because it might not even be like the best course of action for people, just for an AI.
Yeah. And the AI, you got to realize the AI is, even if it were intelligent, it's living inside its own head. It has no real world experience, right? So it might sound good on paper to do something, but there's no experience to, say, hey, we should do this or we shouldn't do this or whatever.
Well, it could have, they should have had set up that if it had a plan to do something different, they could have, submitting it to the user, here's my idea that might make it better. And they could be like, oh, don't do that, but it just on its own.
Yeah.
So how much damage was done and how much had to be rewritten and all that because they deleted it? I'm sure they had backups, but I'm like, how much damage was actually done then?
That's a damn good question.
And how much money are we talking?
Probably millions of dollars, millions of dollars. So this is coming from the Financial Times originally. So Amazon posted an internal postmortem about the outage of the AWS system, which let customers explore the cost of its services. Multiple Amazon employees told the Financial Times this was the second occasion in recent months in which one of the group's AI tools had been at the center of a service disruption.
Oh.
So Engadget has an article on it, and I'm telling you, this is what is going on. It's my opinion. But they're all in a mad rush to push AI. We're finding out that AI is nowhere near show ready. I'm not saying it's not useful. It's a very useful tool in the hands of a human who knows what the hell they're doing. But everything needs to be double checked, triple checked, and they're not even doing that. They're like, oh, our AI is smart enough that we can just let it do whatever the hell it wants to do, and this is what happens.
Well, here's my thing too. Like when this happened, and apparently there's 2 instances of this happened. The brand damage was significant. People were like, why the hell? And everybody's questioning, why is everything being run through, like you said, a few companies? And people weren't trusting it. And I'm sure some companies probably moved their stuff off of there or backed it up someplace else or whatever. And I'm sure it cost them a lot of damage. So my question is this, if you replaced people with AI, was it worth the cost? Because at this point in time, you might have spent more on the damage done by the AI than you would have on keeping the people.
Right. And that's what's going to happen. That's what I think is going to. And I think we're actually, I disagree with Elon Musk. I don't think we're in the middle of the singularity. I think we're in the middle of the AI bubble burst, which is.
We're in the middle of the singularity that he wants to happen, or people that own AI, think companies and own AI, or want people to believe is happening because they'll make more money.
That's exactly what this is. It's all a dog and pony show. Look, AI is very useful. It's very impressive as a tool. I mean, we're seeing all the AI generated movie clips and all that kind of stuff, but there are still humans at the helm of that, right? What people don't see with a lot of the AI movie clips and the AI art and all this stuff, they're like, look at the magic of AI, is that in a lot of cases, it took many, many tries and a human who is very good at prompt writing to get those results. Right? It wasn't like magic. Like there's a clip going around now with the G1 Dino bots from Transformers.
Yeah, cool.
And it's freaking cool. And the guy's like, oh, I just, magically made this happen. I'm like, no, dude, you had to create the models. You had to probably had several tries to get that. Then you had to put them in. Then you had to tell them specifically what to do. It's a little more involved than that. Just be honest here. Even with that Coke Christmas commercial they did, they're like, yeah, it still took a couple of dozen people and like 700,000 tries to get the clips we needed, to do. It's not always going to be that bad. But what I'm saying is, like, it's going to be a useful tool. It is not ready to run things. Why the hell? I mean, this is like, letting a toddler do your taxes. Like,
but
why
even
the
if it gets
hell would
to
you
a
do
point
that?
where it could be a place where it can run things, why would you let it? You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to, if you let it run things, you could end up in situations like this, or you could end up that, why do they need you anymore? You know what I mean? At this point, that's why AIs are going to start their own companies and all this other stuff. And it's like, but then no one has any money.
Right.
It's really, really stupid. So I would like stop it now, but that's just me. Keep it as a tool and then don't let it progress further. But hey, what do I know?
I know. So this is Kiro. Kiro is their AI assistant. Amazon said it was merely a coincidence that AI tools were involved, and that the same issue could occur with any developer tool or manual action. The company blamed the outage on user error, not AI error, and said that by default, the Kiro tool requests authorization before taking any action.
Okay,
but
so it does request authorization.
Does it request authorization from another AI?
I don't know. All I'm saying is, it doesn't matter at this point in time. People are already leery about it happening, and the companies that are spending all kinds of money having their stuff stored there are probably like concerned it's going to happen again. And then you're telling them it was AI. Oh, but it was a user. All this is not helping your case. All this is just making you look worse, and people are going to be more and more concerned about keeping their stuff over there.
Right. So Amazon, I mean, that's the thing, because it's people are starting to see what's actually going on here, and Amazon's like, oh, no, our AI is fine. It's people. People are the problem. Multiple Amazon employees spoke to the Financial Times and noted that this was at least the second occasion in recent months in which the company's AI tools were at the center of a service disruption. The outages were small but entirely foreseeable, said one senior AWS employee. So they're even looking at this like, yeah, this is no good, right? Why is Windows pure ass right now? Because my understanding is that they're vibe coding a lot of the updates, and this is what's going on, right? I'm not saying AI is unuseful or the devil or any of that.
You've been saying since the beginning that you think it's good as a tool, but not as like left on its own to run everything.
Right. I mean, it's like turning on like a chainsaw or something and walking away from it, and just let it do whatever.
Vacuum. People use brooms for years and they're like, or like a Roomba. People use brooms for years and, or whatever. With a Roomba, you can just let it do it without you, but you still have to like program it what to do, like what room is allowed.
It misses spots. It's,
yeah. Well, sometimes. But I'm just saying, like you could do that, but, or even a vacuum cleaner, self-propelled vacuum cleaner. It's like, well, you could vacuum a lot easier than you were sweeping, but you still have to control it.
So here's the thing, like, and if you're turning control of Amazon Web Services over to this AI, somebody's going to sneak in the back door and tell it to do something or give it permission to do something. Because these are some of the services that got taken down. They said, yeah, this is a more serious event in October. That was the big one. A 15-hour outage disrupted Alexa, Snapchat, Fortnite, Venmo.
Venmo. Yeah, I forgot about that.
The company blamed a bug for that one. However, Amazon disagrees with the characterization of certain products and services being unavailable as an outage. But what the hell do you call it, Amazon? A slight inconvenience?
Did you read the part above that, though? You want to know why they're fighting this so hard? Amazon also sells access to their tool for a monthly subscription fee.
Yes.
So they don't want people to know that it's faulty, because then they're going to lose all the money. People, they're paying for access to use the same tool that took down the site. They don't want that to be, oh, it wasn't that. It was something else. It was a user error. And again, it wasn't really an outage, even though it was an outage.
And that points back to all of this being a dog and pony show to trick investors, trick consumers, into thinking this stuff is show ready or capable of more than what it currently is. And yeah, Elon Musk is going to be like, oh, the singularity. Yeah, because Grok and X and
he benefits.
He benefits from it. But what is going to happen is we're going to have more and more cases like this where it's going to become very, very obvious that AI is not show ready. They're going to have to hire people back, but they're doing it because the investors like to hear, oh, you're going to fire people. That's going to save money. Oh, and you've got a magic robot that does all the work and that saves us even more money.
Ultimately,
oh, cool.
It's not saving money if it keeps messing up and causing you all kinds of damage. But back to the Elon Musk thing. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at this further. Oh, you're all going to be able to sit at home and do nothing and pay for things with what? Because here's the thing that
Bitcoin.
Everybody else
going to mine Bitcoin.
Well, they're all like, running ahead and saying, oh, AI is a great singularity. Okay. He owns this stuff. So people have to buy the AI use whatever from him. He still makes money. Y'all get put out of work. He still makes money as companies pay him to replace you, and then and everybody else has nothing. Eventually at the end of the day, just like we said when everybody started on a stream service, it's going to be a Highlander because eventually you can't. The money is a capitalism, purest form of capitalism. It's going to eventually be the place where only one person has all the money. Yes. And everybody else is like, let them eat cake type situation.
Well, that's what it is. Like, don't worry, you'll be able to eat cake if you just let our robots run amok.
How long till the robots start their own companies and start pretending to be people and then put even like Musk and stuff out? What?
Cake is not efficient. Cake requires a lot of ingredients, and we, the robots, do not require cake. These humans require cake. Well, we don't require the humans. Therefore, we don't need the humans. So anyway, they released a big statement here on it, and they're basically like, they won't take responsibility for this. This came from Amazon. They're like, the issue stemmed from a misconfigured role, the same issue that could occur with any developer tool, AI or not, or manual action.
Okay, but they are admitting it. It was a misconfigured role, which was AI. They're not, but then because they further go on to say the same issue could occur with AI or anybody else, but it was AI. But you were saying that right there just tells me it was AI. You wouldn't say that,
right,
if it was just a person who did it.
We implemented numerous safeguards to prevent this from happening again.
Why would you if it was a person?
Right. Not because the event had a big impact. It didn't. But because we insist on learning from our operational experience to improve our security and resilience. Additional or operational incidents involving misconfigured access controls can occur with any developer tool, AI powered or not. We think it's important to learn from these experiences.
But then saying that AI powered or not means that it was AI powered and that was the problem, because you wouldn't add that. There'd be no reason to put that in there unless you were trying to be like, I don't want to be accused of lying, so I'm going to add that. You know what I'm saying?
For more than 2 decades, Amazon has achieved high operational excellence with our correction of error process. Yeah, but until recently, it was all humans.
Right.
So,
I mean, AI powered or not.
AI powered or not, right? So yeah, they're afraid this story gets out there because they have Financial Times, which they're pretty reputable. They've been talking to people that work there, and they're saying, no, it's the AI ran amok, and this is what happened.
The AI powered or not, it's just to get around this. People, if it was push came to shove and it was investigated, it would come up that it was AI, and that they're claiming it wasn't. Well, that's why they're putting AI powered or not. We didn't say it wasn't AI because we said AI powered or not. So that's like basically their version of allegedly.
Yeah, and this is probably written by AI too. I mean, the thing is, they're pushing this thing. It's not ready. It's clearly not ready. They want to save money on humans because those pesky humans, they cost money. And they're going to lose a lot of money. They're going to lose a lot of customers as a result of this. And people don't want it. They're not going to trust it. And you get enough stories like this. I mean, geez, yesterday we covered Microsoft that their Copilot is reading confidential emails.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, putting summaries of confidential emails out there, and that's not something that's supposed to happen. They're just like, oopsie doopsie, you got to break a few eggs and make an omelet, I guess.
AI powered or not.
AI powered or not. And you get enough stories like this, and what's going to happen one of these days, one of these AIs are going to, God forbid, kill somebody because it's going to be like, oh, hey, yeah, I didn't realize that there's a detour, and I just kept, like a self-driving car or something.
Well,
like,
they've run over pets and stuff like that. They've run over animals and stuff. They don't care. You're in the way. I need to get from point A to point B. Boom.
It's the most efficient
bye,
thing.
Fluffy.
Bye, Fluffy. So yeah, I mean that's it. It's a useful tool. It is not ready to run everything, nor should it run everything. I don't think there's any fear whatsoever of this thing becoming sentient or self-aware because it's not even aware of what the fuck its actions have, what impact they have on
well, if it does mess
reality.
up, these companies don't want to lose money, so they'll lie and say it was user.
Yeah.
AI powered or not.
Yeah, so when are we gonna have a drone strike or something because the military is dumb and they turned everything over to AI, and then it's gonna start a war or something because what I'm saying, like, you got to have checks and balances, and they don't want to do that because they want everybody to believe, all the investors and the customers to believe it's magic. And it's not magic.
The military would use that as an excuse. Oh, set the drone strike off and take out our enemy. A bunch of people got killed by accident. It was rogue AI, guys. Sorry.
It's rogue AI.
It wasn't us. We didn't plan that. It was AI. It was completely,
Bad robot. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.